Hello, boys and girls at home. In this video, we will be doing today's chapter review for religion. We have been working on chapter 10 this week, learning all about the Eucharist, Jesus' body and blood. And so today we'll be reviewing because tomorrow we will take a test to show everything that we learned this week about the amazing gift of the Eucharist. So on page 159 at the top it says complete the sentences with the words from the box. The words in the box, I'll say it, you repeat. Tabernacle, Jesus, Eucharist. Who would like to read number 1, nice and loud? Victoria. We receive the body and blood of Christ in the what? Ava June? Eucharist. Excellent. So this is the word Eucharist. Notice it has an uppercase E because it's a proper noun. So on the line here for number 1, you're going to write uppercase E, U, C, H, A, R, I, S, T. That's a dilly of a doozy of a word. I just want you to recognize it when you see it. Even if you don't remember exactly how to spell it, when you see it, you should recognize that it says Eucharist. And remember, we talked about when you say the word, it kind of sounds like you and Christ put together, like Christ is coming in you. Eucharist, right? All right, so we got Eucharist. Who would like to read number 2? Camila, nice and loud. Present? Good job. Wow, Camila, you're reading like a rock star. Blank is present in the Eucharist. Who's present in the Eucharist, Camila? Jesus. You got it, girlfriend. So this word says Jesus. And remember, Jesus, not only is it at the beginning of a sentence, so it needs to be uppercase, but it's a proper noun because it's his name. And we always use uppercase with our proper noun. So it's uppercase J, E, S, U, S. Jesus is present in the Eucharist. Dominic, would you read number 3 for us? Sound it out. Up. Special. The Eucharist is kept in a special place called a what, Drew? Tabernacle. Excellent. So that last word there is tabernacle. It does not need an uppercase letter. It is spelled T, A, B, E, R, N, A, C, L, E. Those are some big words you had to write this week. Eucharist, Jesus, and tabernacle. Down here at the bottom, it's a draw and write about it. We're going to come back to that. So go ahead and turn your page. And we're going to do this matching up of the sentences, and then we'll do the drawings, okay? So this one here says Christ is another name for... Who is Christ another name for, Serafina? Jesus. So I'm going to put a circle on this one, Christ is another name for, and a circle on this one, Jesus. That way I'm sure I'm connecting the right dots, and then I'll connect my circles. Okay, number 2 says, Jesus took the bread and said. What did Jesus say, Faith, when he took the bread? No, the chalice of his blood was not the bread, right? What was... He took the bread and said, for this is my body. Good job, Faith. So they're real close to each other. I'm going to put a square. So Jesus took the bread and said, "For this is my body." So you can just go boop right across. Think about it. The bread is his body because it's his solid flesh. And the blood is his, or the wine is his blood because it's the liquid like blood. So now that leads us to the next one. Ava June, it says, Jesus took the cup of wine and said,
"For this is the chalice of my blood."
You got it. This is the chalice of my blood. So I'm going to do triangles. So from this sentence, Jesus took the cup of wine and said, up to this one, "For this is the chalice of my blood." And then I'll connect my triangles. And the reason that I do the shapes around them is because sometimes even when you know the right answer, when you start drawing that line, you forget which one you were going to. So if you draw the shapes on them first and then connect the shapes, you're sure that you got it correct. Now this last one's kind of a gimme, but we always read them first to make sure, because you don't want to just guess, especially as you get older. These book writers and test writers love to try to trick you. So if you read this one and it doesn't make sense, you know you might have another one wrong. So Blake, it says another name for the Eucharist is, and our last choice is the Blessed Sacrament. Is that true? Yes. Remember we learned yesterday that the Eucharist, when it's put in the tabernacle, it is called the Blessed Sacrament. So you can just boop right across. I did exit. Oh, you're blurting. Oh, that's fine if you did hearts, if you did rectangles or diamonds or stars, whatever you do to help you. I always just think it's important that you match up with shapes. That way, it's just easier than trying to remember where you were supposed to connect. So we talked about St. Catherine Drexel yesterday. Remember, she was the one who she took care of the African Americans. She used her own money to build schools, to teach Americans. She loved God so much that she taught about Jesus, and she loved the Blessed Sacrament. She learned about the Blessed Sacrament so much that she actually started, do you remember the name of the charity that she started? It was called you can turn back in your book. Yeah, that's a very smart way to do it. If you turn back, it'll tell you at the bottom. What did she begin? Or she... There you go. Awesome. Boys and girls, what Drew just did when he went back and looked that up in his book, that was a really good study skill. As you get older and your tests get longer and harder, it's a really good skill to have, to be able to go back in your book and look up information. He knew that we had learned about St. Catherine Drexel, so he went back to the page where it talked about her, and he skimmed the words until he found the part that said, the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament. So that was a really awesome study skill, okay? All right, so in this box, I want you to draw or write about how St. Catherine Drexel showed her love for Jesus. And then on the other side, I want you to draw how you can adore Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. You can't partake in the Eucharist yet, but you can kneel down and pray before the Blessed Sacrament. Okay? So this one is how you can adore Jesus. This one is how St. Catherine Drexel showed her love for Jesus. And when you're done with these, boys and girls, make sure you put them in your folders to take home, because tomorrow you'll be taking your test, and you should go home and study this tonight with your mom and dad, brother or sister, so that you do really well. Goodbye, friends at home.
Bye.